Welcome back. It's time for a local tradition, the 45th annual Austin Music Poll, where you can vote for your favorite finalists in more than 50 categories. Here to tell us more about what's on the ballot this year is music and culture editor Carys Anderson. Carys, good morning.
Good morning.
It seems like just last year, here we were talking about the 44th annual, and of course you had some big winners out of that, big party too.
Yep.
Now we're gearing up for number 45. So
know,
tell us
it's
a
a
little
big
bit
one.
about the poll.
It's a big one. You know, I moved to Austin from Dallas for the music scene, and I think that's really what's kept me here so long. It's still my favorite thing. I feel like a city like Austin has grown so much and changed, but when you're in a community like our music scene, it still feels small in a way. Mm-hmm. There's still this community where everyone knows each other, everyone wants to support each other, and that's really what the poll is too. It's like we come up with these finalists, but then we kick it back to our readers, to the community to vote on it. And it just feels really important. It's like no other city besides Austin would make our own awards show for like local musicians.
Because we deserve it.
I know, right? We take it real serious here.
I'm glad you already gave me an answer to a question, because I was going to ask, like, how are, the musicians or the bands or, the sound, how is it seated?
Right.
But it's the picks from you guys who are doing the work of covering music in Austin every single day of the year. So it's your picks, but then from there, totally goes to the reader's choice, right?
Exactly.
Okay.
We do a lot of legwork, and it's not just us at the Chronicle. We have kind of this team of insiders, experts that we also rely on. There's so many categories in the poll. It's like, of course, band of the year and album of the year, but it's also specific genres and also industry folks like rental equipment and sound engineers. So we have other people.
It's actually really nice that you shout those people
Well,
out, because
just as
sometimes they're the ones
important,
working so hard to make sure that the show goes on.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We need those people. And so we rely on a lot of experts to help us make sure the poll is well-rounded and kind of honoring every aspect of it. So we do that initial legwork, but yes, the readers vote at vote.austinchronicle.com.
You might
For
hear
a
that
couple
more than
weeks.
once.
Yeah, you'll hear that a couple times. But it's up to our readers to kind of decide who really takes home that award at the end of the day.
Okay, yeah. We want to talk about a couple of the interesting contenders this year.
Yeah.
It's Die Spitz. I thought it was Die Spitz, like very German.
Very German.
You said you think maybe that's how it started out, but we've gone to just Die.
Yeah, I say Die. They're this great punk all-woman band that, if you know, they've been around for a while now, but last year was a huge year for them. They put out their debut full length on Jack White's label.
Wow.
So, getting that national recognition, I think they're probably going to be a front runner in a lot of categories. There's also, it's all genres. So there's big country artists. There's this band Next of Kin that's up for Best New Artist, I think, among other categories. And they are 3 songwriters that have been doing their own thing for a while, but coming together to kind of, as we say, queer country, remind everyone that country doesn't have to be this kind of uber conservative thing that it's become to the mainstream in recent years. So there's some good people from across all.
I was just telling you about this documentary I'm watching on Netflix.
Yeah.
And there is an entire country episode that discusses what is country, because in some ways country is one of the only genres that's gatekept.
Totally.
Is this country? Because we don't do that with pop.
Yeah.
It's pop, it's fine.
Yeah.
But country is is it authentic? Does it have country sound? That sort of thing. So that I'm glad that we've got some people who are in the mix who are kind of pushing the boundaries of country acceptance. That's really cool.
Absolutely.
Yeah, okay, so let's talk about the outcome of the poll. So people can be voting right now. Vote.austinchronicle.com. Yeah.
You got it. You got
We
it.
were going to say it. But it's only for a limited time, right? Only for another week or two.
Yeah.
And then that leads to a really big party.
Yeah, so you can vote through January 19th at midnight at that link. I won't say it again. But then the Austin Music Awards is what it's really all about. That's where we celebrate the winners who the community did show up for. That goes down March 1st at Antone's. Antone's has been our home for a couple of years now. It's a great spot. It's the home of the blues, as we all know.
Of course.
And that's the party where people, get their actual awards. There's a lot of performances. It's a lot more about the music and kind of like a fun concert vibe, and not necessarily a buttoned up award show. So it's super fun. And I should say that a portion of the proceeds benefit Sims, which is a really great nonprofit in town that connects musicians to mental health care and substance abuse care. So if you buy a ticket, it's not that expensive. You, one, get to go to this great party, and then you're also supporting a really important work.
Yeah, there are two big ones in my mind, locally,
absolutely.
Ham and Sims,
Yep.
and it's everything we can do to continue to support our local musicians here in Austin and keep it the live music capital of the world.
Yep.
Yeah, so I'm glad that there are going to be a lot of fun performances, that sort of thing at the party, but of course there are going to be some bragging rights on the table as well.
For sure, for sure.
And then, you know, if people aren't really into the music scene in Austin, what would you say as far as like attendance? You know, can you just show up and still have a good time?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, we work really hard to kind of book the show based on the nominees of the poll, which in itself is kind of a representation of the last year in Austin music. So there's always some fun kind of collaborations, people performing that aren't normally, like, it's not necessarily just a band, it's people from different projects coming together.
Oh, neat.
So there's always some good surprises, and you know, it's a fun place to be. It's right before South by, so it's kind of a good warm up for, you know, a week's worth of music all in one place. So yeah.
It is going to be crazy for you.
It will. Prayers are accepted.
This is a good way to get warmed up for it. Okay, I want to ask about what else is new at the Chronicle, because I know you're working hard on this, but you guys, of course, are always pumping out great new information.
Yeah, it's true. Well, it's Free Week this weekend, which is another great Austin music legacy. It's where all the venues down on Red River, which is that strip of, you know, basically our live music epicenter.
I was going to say it's a Red River Cultural District. I think
sure
that puts
is.
this on. Yeah.
It sure is. They all put on these all local shows that are absolutely free. There's no cover, and it's a really good way to kind of get musicians and the people that work at those venues gigs, because right now it's winter. There's not a lot going on, you know. And the Chronicle every year, we have our own little showcase. Okay. So we'll have a show that we put on. It's at 13th floor on Saturday. I'll be there. We'll also have actual physical ballots. If you want to vote in the music poll there, you can come say hi, come see some artists. We've got Kind Keith, Team Trust, Little Mazarn, and more. But those three, we did interviews with them recently, and they are on stands at the cover of the Chronicle right now.
Oh, well, you guys have made that really easy. One full circle.
I know, right? Yep, it's all connected.
You're thinking, but it sounds like a great time. And a good reminder for everybody about Free Week going on, because it's a great time to experience new bands, new bars that have been around a while, but maybe you haven't been to them before. And make sure to support local. I love it, Carys. Thank you so much for your time.
Thanks for having me.
All right, make your voice heard, y'all. You can vote for finalists in the 45th Annual Austin Music Poll now through midnight on January 19th. I'll say it one more time. Vote.austinchronicle.com.